David Portnoy, you may have won this battle, but the war isn't over. I'll see you in Miami with a healthy Alshon Jeffrey, a healthy Jordan Howard, a healthy Lane Johnson. I'll see you in Miami. All right, all kidding aside, let's talk about this game that was 17-10 New England. This is the Notebook. We're going inside my crazy mind, and we're going to look at how I saw this game. All right, let's go right into the Notebook and into some things that I want to get into immediately. Because the first thing that really surprised me about this game was the fact that in my play-by-play scoring, the Eagles actually won by 2 points. Now, here's basically what happened. Here's why they won in the scoring. Because the New England Patriots had 13 instances where they were in 3rd and 6 plus. This means the defense was overwhelming New England on 1st and 2nd down. Running game, they had nowhere to go. Screen game was getting swallowed up. But they picked up 5 of these 13 3rd and 6 pluses, and 4 of them came on the 4 scoring drives that came between the second and third quarter. And we're going to just show that real quickly here. So in my play-by-play scoring here, it was 37-27 or 37-17 after the 3rd possession of the game. This is when it was 10-3, and the Eagles went on this mammoth 95-yard drive that was just majestic. It was unbelievable. But this right here, they were up by 20. But then after that, like my man Brendan Albert says, it was a death by 1,000 paper cuts. And once the Patriots scored to start the second half, it was over. I didn't have a lot of confidence that the Eagles were going to be able to move the ball. And Jordan Howard's injury was significant because of this. Look, Eagles were 1 of 9 on 3rd and 6 plus. They averaged less than 4 yards per carry. Boston Scott was the in-between the tackles runner. And while he had 7 carries for 27 yards, he missed some cutback lanes and stuff that Jordan Howard would not have missed. Miles Sanders, 11 for 38, but he's not really, asked to carry a load. So in all, the Eagles only ran the ball 20 times. And Jordan Howard was a guy that I wanted to see come in with 20-plus carries in this game. So they really couldn't execute a game plan where they could get yardage on 1st and 2nd down where you could put the Eagles in more manageable 3rd down situations. I mean, even 9 occasions on 3rd and 6 plus, that's a lot. And they were obviously unable to find success in the passing game because the Patriots have the number 1 passing defense in the NFL, coupled with the fact that Alshon Jeffrey was out and nobody was able to get open. So Zach Ertz was getting double-teamed, and guys on the outside weren't getting open. Then, unfortunately, Carson Wentz's accuracy did waver yesterday. So in the occasions that guys were actually open, he actually underthrew them or overthrew them, which is what we saw on 3rd and 10 with Zach Ertz. We finally see a wide open receiver, and he throws it right into the ground. So all around, just a frustrating day from the offense. And we're going to talk about it right now. Things started off so well for the Eagles. Finally getting off to a good start. That was an area where the Eagles just failed miserably earlier in the season. After the first 2 to 3 possessions, they were the team that would be down 10-0 or 14-0. Well, in this instance, in this game, they were up 10-3 after 3 possessions. And they got some points on their opening drive. So here we go. Getting into the highlights now. All right, so here's what we're going to see. We're going to see Boston Scott lined out wide. Carson Wentz escaping the pocket to his left. Launches it, heaves it downfield. And sometimes when you just heave it, you get the flag. That leads to a 42-yard Jake Elliott field goal. Eagles on the board early. Something they're not used to doing. So here we go. Patriots now have possession. And we're going to see Brandon Graham slip inside here. There you go. Gets in there just in time before the screen can materialize. So there's a screen here set up. They had blockers in front for Julian Edelman. As we're going to look at it one last time, as we're going to see BG. BG lining up from an inside position, third down. And he gets through. Nice rush from BG. All right, so this is one of the inaccurate throws that we saw from Carson. One of the few times that a wide receiver got open against the Patriots, and unfortunately, Carson missed him. And that's something that happens early on in games with Carson Wentz. He does tend to come out a little bit erratic. Second possession of the game, Eagles go 3 and out. You know who had a big game yesterday? Hill. And these are the types of plays that he makes. So look at him, just time the snap, shoot right into the backfield. Look at that. Beautiful play from Hill. That is a loss of 5. Patriots punt. And this is the 95-yard drive that the Eagles went on. And this is how difficult, and how efficient you actually have to be against this defense. So a 3rd and 2, here we are. We bring Miles Sanders across the formation just to put him out in the flat. And, it's the 3rd and 2 even is difficult against this Patriots defense. But that stat that I talked about earlier, the Eagles were 1 of 9 on 3rd and 6 plus. But they didn't have a down and distance, which was more than 5 yards on a 3rd down on this particular drive. And that was on 3rd and goal. So the Eagles did a fantastic job of staying ahead of the chains in this drive. So we saw the 3rd and 2 conversion. The 3rd and 2 was set up by a good first down run by Boston Scott. He got 5 yards. Then you had a quick out by Zach Ertz, get 3 more. So a 1st and 10 here. We're going to see a deep play action. And Ertz, who was blocking, just kind of comes out here. And look at him pick up the yak with a couple stiff arms. Something we're not accustomed to seeing from Zach Ertz. So now we're going to have a 2nd and 5. And this was a good run here by Miles Sanders. And look, this is what happens when Lane Johnson is out. So you see Lawrence Guy, right? Lawrence Guy. Well, he picked it up in run defense once Lane Johnson went out. But when Lane Johnson was playing, the Eagles were able to move the ball on the ground. So you have that combination there on the right side with Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks. So the Eagles, at the end of the day, they averaged less than 4 yards per carry against a defense that was averaging or allowing 4.7 yards per carry, and that was New England's defense. 4.7 yards per carry allowed coming into the game was 6th worst in the NFL, and the Eagles weren't able to capitalize on it. So now we're going to see a tight end screen. So this is just a great drive overall. You're going to see he follows Lane Johnson, Jason Kelce, Jason Peters out. That's Dallas Goedert following his blockers. And you can see there's the stat, 6 for 6 Carson Wentz is on the drive. Here's Miles Sanders again, following Seumalo, following Jason Peters off the left side. And here's the 3rd and goal that I was talking about, and we all know about what happened on this play. Dallas Goedert gets in before Jones is able to rip it out. Therefore, it's a touchdown and not an interception. And there you go. It is 10-0 Philly. 10-0 Philly. Here's what happened, though. All right? Eagles, they have a chance to get off the field. It's 3rd and 10. It's 3rd and 10. It's 10-0. This is the point of the game when the Patriots took over and they won it. 3rd and 10. All these 3rd downs, they would attack the middle of the field with post routes, quick slants, corner routes. And this is how they were 5 of 13 on 3rd and 6 plus. So this is Benjamin Watson. And here's what happens here. The motion from Julian Edelman. There's Mills. And you might have saw the broadcast, obviously, with Tony Romo as he was explaining. All three of these guys were looking at Julian Edelman. No one's looking at Benjamin Watson. And there he goes. There's the open vacancy through the middle of the defense, wide open. That play alone gets him in the field goal range. 3rd and 10, another 3rd and long. This one, they get a PI on Avonte Maddox. Julian Edelman draws the penalty. That gets him closer for a Nick Folk field goal because Steven Gostkowski no longer there. So Patriots on the board. It's 10-3. 2nd and 6 for Carson. And here we go. Here's a sack. There were a lot of sacks yesterday. I think it was 6 of them. Was it 6 of them? I'm sorry if I'm wrong on that number. I should have known. I should know the number. But I guess all right. When I edit this and I go to the end of it, I'll get you what the number really was. But I think it was 6. But here's kind of what was going on with that. So your guys are just not open. Guys are not open. This is the play right here they're trying to go to. So guys aren't open on a consistent basis, and Carson was taking sacks. What happened kind of later on in the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter, Carson Wentz started to take more chances in fitting these balls into the tight windows and tight spots, and we're going to get into that. But 3rd and 6 here, or 2nd and 6 here, he takes a sack because the play wasn't open, doesn't throw the ball away, and that leads to a 3rd and mammoth situation, which they're just not going to convert. But here we go again. Remember what I was just talking about on 3rd and 10? All right, so here we go. It's Julian Edelman on Avonte Maddox. He's going to win his release, wins this route off the line of scrimmage. The middle of the field is open on the 3rd and 7. Eagles have a chance to get off the field. There you go. He wins right off the line of scrimmage. And that gets the 3rd down conversion for New England. And eventually, they get a field goal on this drive. But here's Kamu Grugier-Hill making another play. Instincts phenomenal in this game. This was a pinpoint throw by Tom Brady. This is Benjamin Watson, right seam on Avonte Maddox. Maddox, pretty good coverage here. Pretty much in his hip, and that was just a perfectly placed pass by Mr. Brady. And they get a 1st and goal situation. And unfortunately, Rodney McLeod, it would have been a big play if he could have come up with it. Would have been an interception, takes points off the board. Does get the pass breakup, though. 2nd and goal. Julian Edelman can't hang on. Avonte Maddox rips it out. Incomplete. And here's the 22-yard field goal attempt by Nick Folk. It's 10-6 now, as the Patriots creeping back in it ever so closer. Carson Wentz. This, I believe, this is the strip sack. So another sack allowed by the offensive line. And we have possession again for the Patriots. 2nd and 8. And there's Kamu Grugier-Hill all over James White in the flat. So Patriots unable to do anything with the ball, but they do settle for the 3. And they get within a point. So 10-9 now. And I'm going to tell you something. So this is the drive right before the end of the half. And I'm going to show you how difficult it was to get yardage on the Patriots and this pass defense. Because look at this. Comeback route. We're going to see 3 straight completions from Carson. And all of these are pretty much well covered. I mean, that's pretty much well covered. That's a tough throw. We're going to see another one here. Perfect ball. I mean, that ball right there to Zach Ertz had to be perfect. Had to be perfect. Because if it wasn't perfect, if it was slightly behind, that's a pass breakup. I mean, these pass defenders there's no separation. I mean, even that ball. he's open, but Devin McCourty's right on him. There's no yards after the catch when you play the Patriots. But then what happens? This happens. And, you know, this is on Carson here. Now, we don't have the all-22, all right, but all right, maybe you can throw this here. We don't have the all-22, so we don't know what's happening downfield. But he just kind of starts going up, and, you know, you got to get rid of this ball, or you got to sense the pressure, and you got to get out left. Now, obviously, it's easier said than done. Guys are moving a million times a minute, and I'm sitting here literally playing, you know, what's the terminology? Quarterback couch? I'm blanking on it. But anyway, he takes back-to-back sacks, and that takes him out of a, you know, situation there where he had 3 straight good completions, and he took the sack on second down. Then you had the bad snap here, unfortunate situation where he had to take another sack, and the Eagles come away with no points. So this is the start of the second half, and the Patriots score a touchdown on this drive. This is going to be the final points of the game. Mohamed Sanu gets 8 yards on a reverse on an end around. That was the longest run of the game so far to that point. 17 yards was all that New England had on the ground in the first half. All right, so something here, and this has been a problem for Nate Jerry this year at times. All right, so sometimes, all right, he'll make the play, but then he'll miss the tackle. And on this particular occasion, there was no pursuit. So when he missed the tackle, there was nobody to bring Burkhead down until Avonte Maddox at the 30-yard line. So a 30-yard gain there, just huge. 3rd and 1, they get the conversion. It's James White up the middle. 3rd and 11. So they reach into their bag of tricks, another 3rd and long. And this is what this play does. Look at Rodney McLeod. He's already coming up because he's sensing this pass going to the flat to Julian Edelman. So here we go. We're seeing multiple people getting sucked up. This is leaving the field wide open for Edelman. I mean, this is easy pitch and catch for Julian, former quarterback at Kent State. And that's a touchdown. They also pick up the 2-point conversion as James White gets through the middle. There's Shaq Mason with a pancake of Malcolm Jenkins. So no more points in this game. And, you know, the Patriots, they went no huddle. They quickened the pace to start the second half, and they scored their only touchdown of the game. The Eagles' touchdown of the game obviously came on that Dallas Goedert reception, and that was only the 4th passing touchdown allowed by the Patriots defense this season. That's how good the pass defense has been. All right, so we're going to see here. Here's a perfect ball from Carson. I mean, Carson, while his accuracy did waver at times in the 15 to 20 mile per hour winds, I mean, there were also this. There was also this. I mean, that is a perfect ball. The coverage again, guys aren't really open. There's nobody causing separation. And even if you look at this play, look, everybody's covered. I mean, he whistles that past McCourty's ear. Dallas, you got to catch that, buddy. I mean, Carson put that exactly where you're supposed to. Oh. Couldn't hang on. 3rd and 5 for the Patriots. And this is good deep coverage from Jalen Mills. And I'll tell you what, Jalen Mills has been outstanding since he's come back from his injury. And as we all know, everybody wanted to ship him off to Taiwan last year. Man, Jalen Mills, been a revelation this season. All right, so we're going to have a 3rd and 15 here. I mean, this is what we're seeing. I mean, this is what I talked about in the beginning of the video. the Eagles the third downs are just too long against a pass defense that is this good. And the pass rush gets to Wentz. Wentz takes another sack. Hightower beats Big V, Halapuluvati Vaitai, off the right side, and they have to punt. So 3rd and 7. I remember this. It was a very conservative call. I was very surprised that they went run here. And I remember Tom Brady was kind of pissed off that they did that as well. So Gary chases down James White from behind, and the Patriots have to punt, and they pin the Eagles inside the 5-yard line. So we have a 3rd and 8 here. This is a low throw from Carson. This probably wouldn't have been a first down, but this is what I'm talking about with the accuracy at times. Just wavering yesterday. Missed that ball. All right. The first and only sack of Tom Brady comes by Nate Jerry. Comes through the middle on a blitz. Eagles get the ball back. And again, look how difficult it was to complete passes. Oh, Carson took a shot. Look at this. Takes a shot. Looks like they ran some sort of game with a TE stunt. There you go. TE game. But that ball, it has to be perfect. That's an out route. I mean, that's a dime by Carson. He has to throw dimes. He has to throw like 6 dimes in order to get a touchdown against the Patriots. 6 or 7 dimes. That's only an 11-yard completion. That's how difficult it is. Because nobody's getting open. Beautiful. So this right here, this is where we need to talk about the vision. All right? Look at this. Look at the cutback. Look at all that open room on the cutback. Jordan Howard has been making that cutback all season long. Boston Scott doesn't have the vision to see it. This is why the Eagles only ran it 20 times yesterday. That. All right, 3rd and 2 for the Birds. Oh, so this is an Aguilar drop here. Ball was slightly tipped, but this is the NFL. You got to come down with that, Nelson. Got to come down with it. 3rd and 6 for the Patriots. And again, we see the recipe on 3rd and 6 plus. It's the quick slant. This is a perfect ball. Pretty solid coverage from Darby, but when Tom Brady puts it on the money, he's going to move the sticks. 3rd and 10. Lofts it downfield. That's good coverage by Maddox, but man, that was a scary play as Edelman, kind of drags him down by his neck. As we know, he had a neck sprain, and he left the game, did Maddox. So, and you can see this graphic right here. So, 8 possessions, 8 punts. Yeah, that's how difficult it was. So, and we're going to see a 9th straight punt. All right, so this is, this throw. This is a unbelievable throw. This is an unbelievable throw. Look at this. Oh, right past Hightower. Wow. Woo-wee. Man, although his accuracy wavered, there were times where he just put the ball on the money, and he had to start taking chances and throwing the ball in the tight windows, risking the fact that he would get intercepted because the Eagles needed him to make a play. And he was making some throws. 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. This is not a strength of Carson's game, the back shoulder ball. But look, Jordan Matthews can't adjust. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. Can't come down with it. And the Eagles had to punt for a 9th straight time. But the Patriots were also punting because the Eagles were unbelievable defensively. Just holding their own. I mean, a couple drives there where the Patriots had the ball at midfield to start, and The Eagles were just holding their ground. It was unbelievable. All right, so this is the last drive we're going to cover here. As you know, Carson, again, they're starting at the 6-yard line. This was a theme in the second half. The Patriots were winning the battle of the field position. And in a game where nobody could score, the fact that the Eagles had to drive the length of the field to score a touchdown and had to make multiple throws against this pass defense, I mean, that's why they were not able to come away with this victory. I mean, look at what Carson Wentz has to do to pick up big yardage. He has to do miracle things. Escapes left, finds J.J. Arcega-Whiteside down the field. This play, unfortunate because it was tipped, and Nelson Aguilar had some room. You can see it right there. He would have had a first down. I don't know if he would have turned the corner there, but he would have gotten some yardage. 3rd and 10. This is the only 3rd and 6 plus conversion by the Eagles. So there's a good ball from Carson again. Nelson Aguilar comes down with it, and they move the sticks. Now, this is the killer here. This is the killer, and this is why people are on Carson today. And they're allowed to be on Carson today for this throw. So one of the few times that the receiver is actually able to get some separation, and he missed him. He missed him. Missed him. That's a potential first down. You get inside the 15. Instead, now you have a 4th and 10, and the game was over. He missed him. So as I, kind of showcased, he did have some great throws yesterday. But the one that mattered, the one that you needed, couldn't make it. And now we have a 4th and 10. And Nelson Aguilar unable to make a play. So earlier in the season, when people were saying they should be 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, no, they shouldn't have been, because the receivers aren't good enough. They're dropping the ball. Now, this is obviously an extremely difficult catch to make. But man, what could have happened and what could have been if he could have come down with that. And by the way, if he would have come down with that, I would have gone for 2. The way this game was going, the way it was so hard and a struggle to move the ball offensively, I would have gone for 2 points. But Eagles fall to the Patriots. They move to 5-5. Here's the deal. It's coming down to one game. Season comes down to one game. Obviously, you got to win your other games, but it's basically going to come down to one game. They can even risk losing to Seattle, because the game in Week 16 is the one that's going to matter. The one in Seattle. The one in Seattle? No, the one against Dallas. I'm thinking about Seattle. The one against Dallas in Week 16. That's the game that's going to matter, obviously, for the division. The Eagles are probably not going to get a wild card because, well, as we see, there are some good teams atop the wild card standings. You have the Seahawks at 8-2. They only have 2 losses. The Eagles already have 5 losses, and you have the Vikings with 4 losses. But they've already beaten the Eagles, so they would have the head-to-head tiebreaker. So the way to get into the playoffs is going to be probably as the 4 seed in the NFC East. So got to beat the Cowboys, Week 16, at Lincoln Financial Field. That's going to be the season. Until then, we'll see what they can do offensively. I mean, receivers just can't get open. They have nobody there's not a downfield threat. There's no downfield threat. There's no separation being caused. Zach Ertz got taken away, but he still did his thing. He still had 9 receptions. And Carson had to put these balls in the tight windows. He had 20 incompletions, I think it was. But Tom Brady had 24. Carson Wentz played better than Tom Brady. But he missed the third down and 10. He missed the 3rd and 10 that, as we all know, Tom Brady would have completed. So, that's that. This game is over. This week is over. It's on Seattle. We'll see if the Eagles can win it. I'm Adrian Fedq. I'm out of here. Peace.